it is unfortunate that Tinubu, who ruled Lagos, didn't know what took place on Saturday in Lagos, according to Polibe. You know that very recently, because of a Tinubu certificate saga in Chicago State University, Tinubu is a drowning man. His supporters, all of them are drowning people. So they just want to bring other people down. And the question I've been asking, if you know that somebody is corrupt or somebody has done something wrong, why didn't you say it? Must you be brought out before you now point finger at other person that, oh, you did this, you did that? And that is what is bringing this whole thing. So they are trying to look for anything possible to nail Atiku as well, to say Atiku did this, Atiku did that. So they are coming to tell us that Atiku changed his name and what have you. He's not the owner of the resort, but somebody did something legally and followed it up. Now they came up with the issue of oh, yeah, from the affidavit that Atiku said he changed his name from, that it was the court was the court clerk, it was written there that it was signed on Saturday, and that is what is bringing this whole thing. I say, hey, they said it. Atiku did not do this thing right thing. Where how can a court work on Saturday and what have you? So a PDP from Atiku's camp replying that they wonder how Tinubu, who ruled Lagos, did not know what took place on Saturday. And this Paul Ibe is the one challenging this whole thing. So they are explaining public employees in Lagos State used to work on Saturdays. According to Paul Ibe, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's media advisor, Ibe questions why Bola Tinubu, the state's 8th-year governor, was unaware of this practice. Ibe responded to opposition party members who had questioned the validity of Atiku's August 18, 1973 affidavits on name change by saying that courts do not meet on Saturdays. He made this assertion during a press conference. According to Paul Ibe, in an attempt to reinstate Saturday as a work day or working day in Lagos, former Governor Fashola made an attempt in 2013. If Fashola was aware that in the past, particularly during the military administration in Lagos, states employees worked on Saturdays. He added, I wonder how Bola Tinubu, who ruled Lagos for 8 years, didn't know what took place on Saturday in Lagos, because if he had, he could have avoided this pointless journey and spared his assistant the disgrace. These people, if the effort everybody is putting on, oh, this and that, is being put on the current state of the economy, in fact, I think would have be getting solutions. But it's not as if we don't have solutions, but the political will to do the right thing is where the problem lies. Well, I'm just getting to know from these people that court used to work on Saturday, but to bring in a Fashola into it, that Fashola wanted to reintroduce it, we can say okay. But the only thing is that we're going to hear another counter argument that no, it is not true, or it is true. But I never knew that they used to work on Saturdays. But PDP is making us to know that that is it. You see, from Tinubu's camp, they will tell you, oh, Atiku is just wasting his time. He just went to US to go and waste his time. Lawyer must eat, lawyer must chop. This thing now reminds me, those who are saying that Atiku is wasting his time, and is wasting his money, if Atiku, especially that's a Lagos college school that Tinubu told the whole world that he attended, he didn't tell it. He just went to go and tell the Chicago State University. He deceived them. But Nigerians didn't know that that was what he submitted, because the school was created in 1974 and Tinubu said he finished in 1970, meaning that the school had been in existence before 1970, maybe in 1960 something. So in that area, he really lied. If you are saying that they wasted their money, how would we have known? We wouldn't have known that. And that is the point. Well, that is by the wayside. So there's this counter and counter accusation here and there. Tinubu's supporters or people will say, Atiku is just wasting his time. And just like Atiku group is saying that if Tinubu knew that people used to work on Saturday, then he could have avoided this pointless journey and spared his assailants or his assistants the disgrace. Well, criminals calling criminal as criminal court never operates on Saturday in Lagos State. If he had said Adamawa, I would have said maybe. But how can you? Yeah, tell us now. You have to bring evidence now that court never works on Saturday. You can't just say no, it did not work. He's saying it worked. So that is why we all need to know a lot of things. You see, they will tell you lawyers are just wasting their money, or they are wasting their money on lawyers. But a lot of revelations are coming up. We know who is lying, who is not lying. Bank can work on Saturday, but not the essence of signed a document. They are desperate to convince us that they are not the only criminal who contested. Exactly, that is exactly what they are doing. A drowning man would hold anything. That is exactly what these APC people are doing, in my opinion. The only criminal is who? Okay, funny enough, you don't even know my race. We don't present criminals, dealers, and certificate forgers as contestants. You were able to present sample of Chicago foreign certificate issued to Tinubu. You must show sample of court documents issued on Saturdays in 1973. He said they challenge Obi, they challenge Atiku, bring this, bring that. They will challenge Tinubu. Tinubu will be running up, Tinubu will be running under the table. Now he's running again to the US, begging them not to release. If your hands are clean, bring it out. If they bring that and people are not satisfied, you explain yourself. But Tinubu and his courts, they cannot do that. We know the people who are devilish in this country. They challenge Atiku and Obi, bring your academics, show us. They showed it, and you are beginning to find fault, and they are explaining. Can the same thing be said about Tinubu? And the answer is no. He cannot. He cannot, and he cannot, he cannot, he cannot. Okay, oh. As at when Atiku's name was changed occurred, but say what you may, the question remains what necessitated the change. Many Nigerians with fraudulent, that is not the issue. Whatever that necessitated the change, the most important thing, he did it and he did it right. He did it right. Whether some people change their name or not, it is neither here nor there. My dad worked at the Ministry of Communication in those years, and it was usual for him to go to work